Hi there, my name's Jason Williams, and this video is about replacing a radiator, doing some repairs, or replacing a radiator and doing some repairs on this Nissan TB42 1989 Nissan Patrol. And I know what you might be thinking, Jason, is this a Nissan repair channel now or something? Maybe a little bit. So, what's happened is I've the radiator's already out, and I've I thought, oh, I'll just pull the radiator out, and I thought I'd be able to repair it myself. I just thought, oh, it'd just be a quick job. But as I got into it, I realised it's stuffed, and I'll show you in a sec. But while I've got all this out, because I took it out yesterday, and I'm waiting for the radiator should come today. While the radiator's out, I'm going to go through and replace as many hoses as I can, mainly the power steering lines and the transmission oil cooler lines, because they're a bit as you'd imagine, they're a bit old, and it's not that they've been used lots, they've just been sitting there a very long time not getting used, so they've gone very brittle. So I'll show you the radiator, and then I'll show you what's happening in here. So as you can see, this being the older radiator, Cup 1, which is, they're kind of cool, but you'll see all the repairs that have already happened in here. And see, this is what I was going to do. I thought, oh, well, if there's ones that are leaking, I'll just trim them over and solder the insides. But you look at how bad that is, and then I looked at how much the tank was beginning to flare, and feeling how thin all the wall is, and that the core itself's okay. So I'm just gonna probably put a fairly cheap radiator in this, and see how I go from there. Yeah, and then I'll show you the engine bay and the hoses. Alright, and so in here, I mean, apart from the usual, like your normal radiator hose and little things like this, that's very standard to be replaced. But more to the point, if we go right down, you can see these little oil lines. They're the cooler lines, and some power steering lines that are the returns. They're all in pretty bad condition. And while I'm at it, I'll replace the thermostat that's in here. And I've got half a suspecting. I'll actually record as I remove this, because I half expect there to be no thermostat in there, only because of the way the car's running. It's never actually got hot. The temp gauge only comes up a little bit, and it never seems very hot under the bonnet here. So I'm interested to see if that's got a thermostat in it, or it's stuck open. That will cause it to use more fuel, because it will the engine won't be able to get to operating temperature, and can't be good either way. And being that there's an oil cooler in the radiator, there's also an oil cooler in the front here for the transmission. So it has two oil coolers, which is different. I wasn't expecting that, but someone's obviously decided and thought that this needs a cooler transmission for some reason. Alright, let's begin. I've got to say though, old cars are so easy to work on. If there's a way to cheat to make things quicker, I will do it. Oh, surprisingly that came off easy. I won't throw these hoses away, because I don't know whether I can actually get new ones right away. Gonna need to give that a bit of a clean up, aren't we? Alright, well here goes whether we're gonna find out if this has a thermostat in it or not. Right, here goes. Nothing. There's a thermostat in there. All good. I was a bit worried that there wouldn't be a lot of gas it do. A bit extravagant. But that's what happens when and it's not stuck open either. You know, normally they'll be, if they're no good, or if they've been you know, they're in really bad nick, they'll be sometimes stuck wide open, or but this one looks like it's not even that old. But I'll replace it anyway, and I'm gonna try replace every little hose I can. Every single little hose. Better give that a clean up and put the new thermostat in. Alright, with the thermostat in there and replaced, and if we look down in here, you'll see a few cords here. I've replaced every single power steering line and oil cooler line for the transmission. And I went to think, oh, you know, do I even need a cooler, an extra transmission cooler? And I thought, oh, you know, anyway, it was there, and it was lucky I got it and had a look at it, because it was all the clips broken, all the little plastic zip ties, and it just all fell off. And I've cinched back in, hooked it all back up, and even, yeah, all the power steering lines that were leaking and whatnot are all replaced. You can see they've got new attachment points through the condenser for that trans cooler, and all I need now is for the radiator to get here, then I can whack that in. Oh, and I should mention, I posted on Instagram and Facebook that this, you know, the radiator crapped itself. It was like, no, it's stuffed. Anyway, a friend of mine commented and said, at least it won't overheat anymore. It didn't have an overheating issue, but I do see the funny side in that. So cheers, Josh. And ready to go. Let's put the radiator in when I get it, because I haven't got it at the moment. Still got the old one sitting over there against the shed. Alright, next bit. And I did manage to sort this out. I had to cut all these little cable ties holding the grill on. I could get proper clips for it, but what's the point of that? These do the same. And it's tight, it's firm, and all stitched back together. Just waiting on the radiator. Alright, so sure, yeah, a bit hard. Well, I didn't record this because I'm a bit slack, but as you'll see in here where I put my hand, every single hose, heater hose, and everything's been replaced. I replaced every last little one of them, even down to this little guy down here, except for there's a hose that runs from this thermostat housing down lower to the bottom of the manifold. I couldn't get to that one, and there's no point me rushing to try to do that, because the next video I make on this, or the next job I got for this, is I've got to remove the intake manifold, and I'll do it then, and I'll show that as I go with that job. But yes, all I'm doing is waiting for a radiator, and it's been a couple of days. It's been about a week, and the radiator came, but it was broken. And then I thought, well, you know, I had to get another one, or they had to order me another one, And so I thought, oh well, I'll get the next one I had to order. It might as well be a copper radiator, so a really good one. So that should come in the next couple of days, and you can see, I don't know if you can see new pipes down in there. For some reason this camera's trying to angle up all the time. Down in there, and all in amongst, there's new hoses and clamps, and yeah. Oh, and even a new radiator hose just sitting here ready to go. And obviously I've got the lower one as well. Yes, here it is here, and the lower one. All right, begin. Oh well, have to wait for that radiator to get here, don't I? Yes, waiting. All right, after quite a fair bit of time, the radiator has arrived. It's a copper radiator, kind of cool. So all I've got to do now is put this radiator, get this radiator and drop it in. That's pretty basic. So I'll try to record some of that. I mean, it's all pretty simple, but yeah, I should have this running today. Sweet. All right, here it goes. Gentle where I can. Getting close. That's where it's hitting. Radiator hose. Alright, so just gently, and I'll get under there and align them. Oh, that could align it. Ooh, that went in quite easy, didn't it? Cool, don't you like? Gotta love it when things are made for what they are. Now to hook up the hydraulic lines, hook them all up, and then put on the radiator hoses, put the cowling in. It's all pretty easy. I love old cars. So much easier to work on. Sweet. Alright, back with everything in there. Sorry about the noise of the car. You might wonder why there's a bottle here. And that's because with these older cars, they get a bit of an airlock at the back. So I put one of these bottles in, fill it up a fair bit, and idle the engine quite high, and I'll let this happen for a while until I, fairly confident I've got the heater open, the fan on, the air conditioner on, got everything loading up as much as I can to try and get the air out. I'll also see a bit coming through now. And I'll do that for a bit until that feel that pipe get quite hot, and then I'll turn it off, let it settle down, make sure the heater's blowing hot air, so then I know fluid's getting all the way through. That means all the air will come out. Because the last thing you want is airlock in this system, because you can crack the head, being an alloy head on a steel cast iron block. So, yeah, we'll see how we go with this. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this video, replacing the radiator in a Nissan GQ Patrol. Yeah, so as you know, it's done. Everything's worked. Everything's doing what it had to. I just took it for a drive, but I'm currently in the middle of doing a whole heap of other things, and this thing's running really badly again. Even after I serviced the carby, sort of, you know, it started running crappy again. Anyway, I've got something coming for this, but you'll see that in a future video. So watch this space on that. See if I can get this thing to run a better. It won't even idle at the moment. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I aspire to see you in the next one. Cheers.